What's up, people, and welcome to a video that I wish I didn't have to make, but I'm gonna make it anyway. I brought this up during the, and I got something falling on my foot. I brought this up during the vice presidential debate that happened last night about how I approve of foreign aid, but not at the expense of the U.S. taxpayer and sending our troops to wars that aren't technically our problem. You know, I understand we have allies, but I also understand there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. And my thoughts on that were whether we're involved in what's going on with Ukraine and Israel, Ukraine and Russia, Israel and Palestine. Well, actually, now it's Israel and the rest of the Middle East. All we've done is throw money at it, while you have people like Lindsey Graham chomping at the bit to send troops over there. And I am by no means a fan of terrorism, right? But I am a fan of where I live, which is the United States. I believe that the government should focus on a lot of the problems that we're having here, which they are absolutely not doing. And I believe that we shouldn't be funding foreign wars at the expense of the taxpayer, which is also what we're doing. And the reason I'm making this video is a consequence of that spending. So when we're sending billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars overseas of money that we don't have, of money that we're not investing back into the country, and the only people that are getting rich are the politicians, then you run into problems like the article that I'm about to show. And this article, at first I couldn't believe the headline. And once I actually looked into it, because that's what I do if I see something that pisses me off, I actually go and look it up and see if it's something real. And in this case, it was real. And it's infuriating that so many people are focused on, you know, the popularity contest of the US election and not the consequences of the election. And, you know, I respect people that just flat out say, I'm voting for anybody but Trump. I don't give a shit about anything else. I hate Trump, so I'm going to vote for the other guy. At least you're being honest, right? And now we have situations like what happened on the East Coast. And I'm not talking about the longshoreman strike. I'm talking about Hurricane Helene or Helen, however you want to say it. You know, bulldozing its way through Florida and then up into Virginia and North Carolina and Tennessee and Georgia and all these other places on the East Coast. And, you know, some of those small towns were wiped off the map, right? I think Asheville is one of the major ones that everybody's been talking about, where, you know, the town is just gone. Everything is gone. And this is a situation where I would say, yeah, throw taxpayer money at it to help Americans, to help American citizens recover from this. And of course, you've got Kamala over there going, oh, well, we can give them $750, right? Meanwhile, we're handing out thousands of dollars to illegal immigrants and we're spending money everywhere else. And just like with everything else, you know, Americans end up getting the shaft and being the last ones to get anything. So, that being said, this is the article. Mayorkas warns FEMA doesn't have enough funding to last through hurricane season. Mayorkas says the agency tasked with helping communities recover from Hurricane Helene and other natural disasters does not have enough money to make it through the hurricane season. Well, yeah. We've just been spending money and giving money away constantly without any thought of what's happening here. And there's a part of this article, yes, I know it's the Associated Press, and the Associated Press has a tendency to be biased towards Democrats. But there is a specific line in here where Hurricane season. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Spending money. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to find it. Just bear with me here. Because it's insane that, you know, as Americans, we're always getting the short end of the stick when it comes to the money that we're putting back into our own economy, right? We're paying taxes. Most people pay taxes. At least I hope you are, because IRS will not hesitate to fuck you in the ass if you're not. So if you're supposed to be paying taxes, you should probably be paying taxes. And of course, you know, it's the Democrats that are saying, oh, we need even more IRS agents so we can take even more of your money and do with it as we please. So there's that. It's mind-boggling. And I don't understand how people are okay with this. Here it is. Mayorkas was not specific about how much additional money the agency may need, but his remarks on Air Force One underscored concerns voiced by President Joe Biden and some lawmakers earlier this week that Congress may need to pass a supplemental spending bill this fall to help states with recovery efforts. We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season. So they want even more money, right? None of that money that was already there has been used for us. Just ask the people in Flint. And it's constant. Like, we keep letting them do this. Voters keep letting them do this. You know, these lifelong politicians that would do anything to make a buck as long as it's your buck and not theirs. And I hate that this is where we're at when it comes to our economy, our leadership, our infrastructure. Look at what happened here in Houston, where I'm at, where we had a category 1 and we didn't have power for a week. If it had been anything higher than a 1, we would have been screwed. Same thing with the just the regular, well, I wouldn't say it was regular, it was irregular, the derecho that came through here. That knocked us out for a week, sometimes even several weeks. I think some people were without power for a month, if I remember correctly. You know, we've got so many things that we could do to improve where we live and improve the lives of, you know, your average American citizen, and nobody wants to do it. And I'm not solely blaming Democrats here, because there are plenty of Republicans, as I mentioned, Lindsey Graham being one of them, that are more than happy to warmonger and, you know, say we need to do this, we have to do this, and then turn a blind eye to everything that's happening here. So I just wanted to draw attention to this, because once, you know, seeing that headline should make everyone mad. It's incredibly egregious what they are doing with money. They're playing with our money like it's their money to do with as they please. And it's not. It's our money. And I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't. I think everything needs to be overhauled from the bottom up. You know, that's wishful thinking on my part. I know that's never going to happen. You know, these people get into office and then they never leave, and people keep voting them back in. The people that are currently in office, people are more than happy to let them stay in office, even though nothing's getting better. In fact, I would say things are getting worse. So, you know, this is kind of an eye-opener for me, where it's so bad that the funds just aren't there, that even the mainstream media can't cover up for it. You know, there's no way. It's just a fact. We're broke. But somehow we managed to pull money out of thin air to give other countries left and right. And, you know, I said it multiple times, we as Americans get the short end of the stick. So, yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video to draw attention to this, because it's sad. You know, people had their entire lives just wiped off the map, you know, with this this last hurricane, and you know, we're still in hurricane season. And I think they deserve more than $750 when we managed to shell out way more than that for people that don't even live here or people that have come here, you know, by illegal means. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, something's got to change.